You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. Woo!
G5 Jeff TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video, support your boy. Support good content at all times. All social media is in the description box, and please hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I drop that heat. This video is sponsored by my boy Fast Classic. His mixtape is in the description box. It is absolutely free. Definitely give him a download, give him a listen. And this video is sponsored by my boy Matt. Definitely check his apparel out on IG at We All From. Now, this is the first time I'm doing this on the channel. This is the official breakdown and reaction video for Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz Jr. And it's so much going on with this situation. Just to let you guys know, I probably will be doing about 3 to 4 videos on this particular topic because it's just too much to squeeze into one video. Like, if I tried to get it all done in one video, I would have to do like a live or something like that, like a Google Hangout or something like that, where we can just sit and talk about it. But I will be breaking this down into like 4 different videos. So what you're going to get out of this is just one part. And then I'm going to be dropping a couple other segments in regards to this situation. Now, off top, congratulations to Andy Ruiz Jr., the new heavyweight champion of the world. And he put on a spectacular performance, and he deserves all of the credit, and he deserves all of the accolades that he's getting right now. That's off top. Now, big shout out to Eddie Hearn and big shout out to Anthony Joshua for giving a guy that is dangerous in Andy Ruiz Jr. the opportunity on a late notice. This is why I say give Eddie Hearn credit, because Eddie Hearn could have went and got someone that was less dangerous and less of an issue than Andy Ruiz Jr. We're in an age of a lot of politics, a lot of ducking, a lot of hiding, and fighters not wanting to fight the best or fight fighters that are not tailor-made for them. I know you're probably thinking like, well, G5, AJ was an 11-1 favorite. Like, what are you talking about? See, here's what I'm talking about. Gambling odds and breaking down a fight from a technical standpoint and style matchups can be different. Andy Ruiz Jr. and Anthony Joshua have a common opponent in Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker defeated Andy Ruiz Jr. for the very title that was in the unification fight when Joseph Parker fought Anthony Joshua. Now, I thought Joseph Parker beat Andy Ruiz 7-5, and I felt like AJ beat Joseph Parker 8-4 in their unification fight. But see, this is why I give Eddie Hearn credit, because it's actually because of Joseph Parker and something Joseph Parker admitted to prior to the Andy Ruiz fight. Joseph Parker said that he sparred Andy Ruiz Jr. Not the actual fight, but he sparred Andy Ruiz Jr. His jaw got broke, and he said he couldn't eat for 3 days. When your jaw is getting broken in sparring with headgear and protective gloves, you got some smoke in them hands. Andy Ruiz Jr. has power. Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua knew that coming in. Another thing with Andy Ruiz Jr., you cannot look at his physique and think you got things figured out. Andy Ruiz Jr. has very quick hands for the division. Quick hands. When you look at him throw his hands, it's not like he has the fastest hands in the world compared to other fighters, but he's just faster than a lot of other heavyweights at the division. It kind of reminds me, like with the physique and the hand speed, kind of reminds me of when James Toney was at heavyweight and James Toney was just quicker than everybody else. It's kind of the same thing with Andy Ruiz. Like, his hand speed is top notch at the heavyweight division right now. Very fast hands. And some people had Andy Ruiz beating Joseph Parker. So big shout out to Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua for giving a guy this dangerous an opportunity. And the fact that it was late notice, it didn't matter, because Andy Ruiz Jr. can work out for a year straight and his body is still going to look like that. Andy Ruiz Jr. looks like he works in the back of a pizza shop making pizzas all day. Like, that's what Andy Ruiz Jr. looks like. So to the casual fan, you would think Eddie Hearn and AJ went and found some guy that works in the back of a pizza shop to go fight. No. Andy Ruiz is for real. The reason why he was an 11-1 underdog is because people think AJ is that good. So a lot of people don't like Eddie Hearn. A lot of people think AJ is a bum, this, that, and the third. But me, over here on G5 Jeff TV, I'm going to give credit where credit is due, because I don't have any dislike towards anyone, and I'm not affiliated with anyone. I'm just affiliated with the sport. So big shout out to Eddie Hearn for finding the best possible competition with the circumstances being the way it was. Now, my actual breakdown of the fight. Before the drama in round 3, AJ was trying to, number 1, keep his distance. Number 2, use a jab. Number 3, establish movement. There's nothing wrong with any of those things. But you have to sprinkle in a little bit of you establishing that you are the bigger man, you are the stronger man, you are the better fighter. Anthony Joshua looked like he was just following a game plan, but he wasn't establishing himself prior to the drama in round 3. Andy Ruiz Jr. was able to get off multiple shots prior to those knockdowns, and I didn't like the look of that. The reason I didn't like the look of that is because physically there's such physical differences between the two that Andy Ruiz Jr. should not be able to get off 3-4 shots without being stopped in some way, shape, or form. Whether AJ is going to move out, move in, clinch, whatever the case may be, Andy Ruiz should not be getting off 4 or 5 punch combinations. And I didn't like that for AJ prior to round 3. Round 3 comes, and I'm going to tell you my reaction live as I was watching it. AJ caught Andy Ruiz with a beautiful shot. Beautiful shot in an exchange. He won the exchange. Andy Ruiz goes down. My first thought was, that was a damn good shot by AJ, but Andy Ruiz going to get up, and he going to have to get him up out of here. He's not going to lay down. Like, he's not going to lay down. Andy Ruiz is not that type of fighter. He's not going to lay down. But when Andy Ruiz caught Anthony Joshua with a shot and knocked down Anthony Joshua, my reaction live was, Anthony Joshua is going to lose this fight. Anthony Joshua is going to get dethroned. Andy Ruiz Jr. is going to be the next heavyweight champion of the world. Now, I know you're probably thinking, well, G5, why did you think that way when Andy Ruiz got knocked down versus when Anthony Joshua got knocked down? I'm going to explain that. What I'm getting ready to explain to you is this is next level shit. Like, you're not going to hear this anywhere else. I'm letting y'all know this right now. It's next level shit that I'm about to explain. There's a difference in how a guy gets knocked down. You can get knocked down from a chin shot. You can get knocked down with a shot to the jaw. You can get knocked down from a shot that you don't see. But Andy Ruiz Jr., to his credit, landed the most devastating shot that you can land on a heavyweight. And that was Andy Ruiz Jr. landing a hook that landed behind the ear of Anthony Joshua. It knocked off his equilibrium. And you can tell because Anthony Joshua did the stanky leg before he went down the first time in that fight. That's the worst shot you can get hit with as a heavyweight. If it was a lower weight class where that happened, there's a chance that a fighter might recover. But when your equilibrium is knocked off as a heavyweight, very seldom do you ever get your legs back for the rest of the fight. You don't recover from that until after the fight. So when Andy Ruiz got the knockdown against Anthony Joshua, that's why I reacted the way I did. Because I said it's only a matter of time. Because AJ already has stamina issues to where he has to find his second wind in the middle of the fight in order for him to get to the end of the fight. I'm like, AJ don't have no legs. AJ gonna lose this fight. And he gonna get knocked out. AJ fought from round 3 to round 7 with no legs. And Andy Ruiz Jr. was patient enough and he was good enough to take advantage of it and finish off the job. He didn't let Anthony Joshua bullshit and get away until he could try to get his legs back. Andy Ruiz hit Anthony Joshua with the perfect shot. That shot to the top of the head and that shot behind the ear is the two shots that'll knock your equilibrium off. A chin shot and a jaw shot don't knock off your equilibrium as much as those two shots. And that's exactly what happened. To Andy Ruiz's credit. Now, my reaction going forward is Anthony Joshua was a complete gentleman. Gave Andy Ruiz all the credit in the world. Did not come up with any excuses. He said he has to dust himself off, get the cobwebs out. He has to figure out what happened and get back to it. That's how I like my champions to talk. That's how I like to hear boxers talk when they take a loss. They don't point the finger. They don't make any excuses. They don't sit up here and say, oh, well, I had a problem in camp. This happened, that happened. No, he gave Andy Ruiz Jr. all the credit in the world, and he said he got to bounce back. That's what Anthony Joshua said, and I have more respect for Anthony Joshua now than what I did prior to the fight, and I had a high level of respect for Anthony Joshua prior to this fight. Anthony Joshua pretty sure has a immediate rematch clause. All roads go through Andy Ruiz Jr. There's no way Anthony Joshua can say, hey, I'm going to go in a different direction. Andy Ruiz is the only direction because he has 3 of the 4 belts. Andy Ruiz Jr. has single-handedly screwed up a $150 to $200 million fight with Deontay Wilder. That fight is done. Nobody's checking for that fight anymore. So all of that arguing and posturing and back and forth was for nothing. His road is Andy Ruiz Jr. He got to go get that. He got to go get that. He got to get some get back with Andy Ruiz Jr. Now, there's a reason why AJ was an 11-1 favorite. There is a reason why Andy Ruiz Jr. was an 11-1 underdog. Anthony Joshua fights Andy Ruiz 10 times. Anthony Joshua wins 9 times out of 10. Let's not get it confused. Andy Ruiz Jr. won this fight fair and square. It was not a fluke. Let me get that out the way. It was not a fluke. But from a style perspective, from the height to the reach to the adversity that AJ has overcome in the past, AJ is the worst type of matchup for Andy Ruiz Jr., despite his fast hands and despite the fact that he has power. It's a bad style matchup for Andy Ruiz Jr. So him going into a rematch, Andy Ruiz Jr. is going to be the underdog again. Because let's just keep it real. AJ is the better fighter. You're not an 11-1 favorite and you're not the better fighter. Andy Ruiz Jr. had a spectacular night. Andy Ruiz Jr., he's going to have to prove that he could do it again. Anthony Joshua is going to have to prove that he's not damaged goods. Every fighter has a kryptonite, in my personal opinion. I don't know if this is a situation where Andy Ruiz Jr. is Anthony Joshua's kryptonite. I'm not sure. And I can think of several instances in boxing history where a great fighter just runs into his kryptonite. Shane Mosley, he had 2 of them. Vernon Forrest and Winky Wright. Could not get past those 2 guys, but he's better than both fighters. Manny Pacquiao. Juan Manuel Marquez is his kryptonite. Like, it happens in boxing. It happens. So this rematch is going to show whether Andy Ruiz Jr. is Anthony Joshua's kryptonite or Anthony Joshua is going to redeem himself and let everybody know that he was an 11-1 favorite for a reason. Now, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. G5 Jeff TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video, support your boy. Support good content at all times. I appreciate y'all. Peace.